Hi there, welcome back to my channel, and today I'd love to talk to you about overwhelm, because I think at some point in our lives, probably most of us here have experienced the feeling of being overwhelmed. And if we're not careful, if we don't deal with it in the moment, that can of course lead to feeling stressed out. You can start feeling some kind of negative emotion, and also that can lead to procrastination as well. So first of all, I think when we feel overwhelmed, the way that I look at that is I think it's when we are almost feeling submerged, or like we are drowning in our own thoughts, feelings, problems, challenges, or things to do. And of course that can then lead to not wanting to do any of it. Now I know for me, when I first set my first business up, I often felt overwhelmed with all the things I had to do. How am I going to do them? To a point where then I would just not end up doing any of it. So I'm going to share with you my top 4 tips, things that I do, that I use if I still occasionally feel overwhelmed, which does happen from time to time. And it's just catching it as quick as you can. All right, so top tip number 1. If I start to feel overwhelmed, I will quickly just think, right, what has caused me to feel overwhelmed today? For me, usually it's if I haven't planned my day ahead. All right, now I try and plan my week, my days as I go, so I can focus more, I know what I'm doing, and you don't have this chaotic thinking. So for you, it might be different. So try and figure out what has caused you to feel overwhelmed in the first place. Second thing, I do what we call a mind sweep. Now this is a fantastic exercise I would definitely recommend for anyone, even if it's, for example, you might be going to sleep, and I've done this as well. You think, great, I'm looking forward to a nice few hours of sleep here, and then your brain just starts going 100 miles an hour on all of these things, and it drives you nuts. Okay, so I would do this even if you're not feeling overwhelmed, but even if you just have quite a few things on your mind at the moment. Sit down somewhere quiet, maybe go outside, get yourself a cup of coffee, pen and paper, write down everything on your mind. It can be thoughts, feelings, worries, concerns, things you have to do. Just get everything from here onto paper, all right? So you are almost releasing that out of yourself onto the paper. You might need to go back to that a couple of times just to make sure that you've got everything on there, okay? So you're emptying out. Then I would go back at my list, and I would literally, if I've got any thoughts, concerns, worries that are out of my control or that I can't do anything about, scrub them off. Just get rid of them, all right? Because they're not even worth an ounce or a second of your worry or thoughts anymore if you can't do anything about it. Sometimes we just need to accept that's how it is. Unless I can do anything about it, I need to move forward and focus my energy where it's needed, okay? Next things, I then categorize the other thoughts. So it might be stuff with house, for example. It might be things I need to do in my business. It might be family or friends, people's birthdays or things you need to do in that area. Just try and categorize them. And then I go back and prioritize things, okay? So for example, for me with my work, as I said, for me, it's normally business related, but I will go back to my list of things I need to do in my business, and I'll just list out the top 3 things I need to do that day. Keep it simple, keep it simple. You might want to write out your top 5 things, top 5 priorities you need to do that week. So whatever works for you, but the point is you have categorized things and you've prioritized things. So during the week, for example, on a Sunday, for the week coming up from Monday to Sunday, the following week, I write out a plan of all the business things I need to do, and also other things. It could be stuff that needs fixing around the house. It might be someone's birthday present. So anyway, my point is I'll plan my week as well, but that depends how far you want to go your end. Categorize, prioritize, then you can literally start working on your first priority, okay? So the idea is it's just organized thought on paper, okay? So number 2 is do a mind sweep. Your third thing, it's all about making decisions. So when we start to feel chaotic or some kind of negative emotion, quite often we can solve that by simply making a decision. Now I think the word decision, this is for another day's topic, but a decision, just remember, is about deciding something but then sticking to it. You actually commit to it. So it's so easy for us to think, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and this week, and we don't actually commit to it. So most challenges we have in our lives can be solved just by making a decision. So we need to decide, these are my top 3 priorities today, or 5 priorities this week. I'm going to stick to them. I'm deciding right now, I'm not going to stop until I finish these things, right? So decide, and also trust in your decision. So sometimes we don't make decisions because we're afraid of failure, we don't believe in ourselves enough. Just decide and believe in yourself. Believe that you've made the right decision, okay? So, number 1, pinpoint the primary cause. Number 2, you're doing a mind sweep and you are categorizing and prioritizing. Number 3, trust in yourself in making the decisions, okay? And the last one is focus and delegate. Delegate any things that you can to anyone else, okay? That's going to help. The main thing here for the 4th one is focus. So once you've got your list of, the things you need to prioritize for that week, just have the first thing in front of your laptop or wherever it is you're working, or it may even be to do with home things. Just focus on that, and literally, like a horse, you have to blink everything else out until you finish that task. And it does take mental strength to be able to focus. So do whatever you need to do to be able to focus. It might be that you turn off your phone for any distractions, whatever it is that you need to do. So to summarize this video, we need to calm down to speed up. My coach is always telling me that, and it's such good advice. Calm the mind to be able to speed up. When we have chaotic thinking, we have chaotic lifestyle or chaotic results, okay? For more videos like this on my top tips on mindfulness and well-being, including fitness, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications tab so we will let you know each time we have a new video.